On Monday, October 21st, at the Chelsea Factory in the heart of Manhattan's Art District, Chelsea, took place an important event, a charitable art auction in benefit to the Coalition for the Homeless, the nation's oldest advocacy and direct service organization helping homeless individuals and families. The life-saving work for the Coalition for the Homeless provides emergency food and clothing, eviction prevention, crisis services, permanent housing, job training and special programs for the kids to over 3,500 people a day. Established in 1981, the organization has given more than 1 million homeless New Yorkers a way off the streets. Organized by ARTWALK NY and presented by Max Mara, the event brought together hundreds of artists, art lovers, and other compassionate New Yorkers to celebrate the role of artists as an activist, to raise awareness about the crisis of mass homelessness, and support the programs that directly help homeless families. In a sold-out showroom, attendees had an opportunity to view and bid on silent auction a large collection of artworks, all donated by the artists to help raise funds for this important cause. Artist Catherine Bradford and art advisor Aileen Agopian were scheduled to be honored later in the evening for their commitment and long-time support to the organization. Surrounded by her family, including her mother, renowned art collector and cultural advisor to the Embassy of Republic of Armenia, Shorak Vicky Hovanesyan, Aileen Agopian greeted friends and colleagues gathered at the event. The official part of the evening began by welcoming remarks by Barry Berger, the chair of board of directors, who thanked the attending guests, participating artists, as well as sponsors for making this evening possible. This followed by screening of a short film highlighting the organization's work. In his passionate speech, David Giffen, executive director of the Coalition for the Homeless, spoke about sombering statistics regarding the number of homeless in New York, as well as organization's work and mission.
Because there is absolutely no reason for anybody in New York City to be homeless. Like that video said, it's not like we don't know the solutions to mass homelessness. We know the solutions. We just have to get the city and the state to use their resources to build enough affordable housing for the people who need it most. Yes, it really is that simple.
Laura Koken introduced artist honoree Catherine Bradford and presented her with an award for her activism and advocacy to fight homelessness in New York.
I'm so happy to be part of this event for such a worthwhile cause. Thank you all of you, especially those in front who have been sitting quietly listening. And especially those from my gallery in Canada. My cheering squad. And thanks to all the artists who donated work to the coalition.
Mike DePaula, the head of ARTWALK board, introduced the second honoree of the evening, art advisor Aileen Agopian. He spoke about her unwavering, several decades-long support of the organization, her charitable spirit, her enthusiasm, and her commitment to do all she can to help most vulnerable New Yorkers amongst us.
I'm just going to say thank you. I'm so humbled. When they told me they were going to honor me, I was so shocked. Because I do this year after year, as Mike said, since 2010, because this is our love letter to New York City, to the Coalition for the Homeless, to the thousands of homeless New York men, women, and children. And I do it with an amazing group of 5 people that have done it for, 15 years? Mike, Suzanne, Laura, Natalie, Michelle, Play Project, can you please do a shout out? Natalie. Nothing is done alone. It is always a team. With the coalition, with the artists, with the gallerists, with all of you, we are able to make the impossible possible and raise ungodly sums of money, and we need more for all our incredible, incredible programs. But I just want to share a little story, and I promise it's not going to be long. Why I do this every year, why this organization means something to me. And I'm proud looking at my mom holding up her camera. I'm going to take you back quickly 60 years. Because my parents came to this country as immigrants. I'm a first-generation Armenian American. My parents came here with a dream. My dad had a full scholarship at Johns Hopkins for his medical education. My parents had integrity, they had drive, but unfortunately they didn't have a lot lot in their pockets. But I'm going to tell you something. It was community and it was the generosity of people around them that helped them establish a successful and happy life in this country. And they taught myself, my brother, my sister, and I, every single day what it means to give back to those who need help. And that's why I'm here today, because we need to give back to our New Yorkers. We are New Yorkers, right? Oh yeah. And this motto, which they ingrained in us, not just by word, but by deed, I have tried very hard to pass on to my own children. And Mike mentioned my son and my daughter who are in the audience. And my son who came home from college, hi Alexi. And I have to say one thing. This young man, he's a sophomore in college, said in the height of COVID, the height of the summer of COVID, Mom, I gotta do something. And we called Dave, and Dave said, okay, we're going to let him work at the food pantry at St. Bart's, mask on, gloves on. This young man passed out food for as many days as Dave allowed him. And he came back on the first day and he said, Mom, I am so humbled, not just because I was able to give hot meals to people who need it and so many children, he was shocked, but because he had conversations with people and they felt acknowledged. And that generosity could change somebody's life.
The highlight of the evening was an exhilarating live art auction led by Aileen. Her incredible energy and professionalism raised the level of excitement in a room, with many collectors betting on works of art donated by renowned contemporary artists.
Lot number 2. I love you guys too. Lot number 3, ladies and gentlemen, Kenny Sharp. Star-Crossed. Now I have to tell you something because Kenny is having a moment. He is going to be having an incredible show at the Brandt Foundation, which will be opening up very shortly, and you all will be clamoring to see this show. So I'm going to start the bidding. Who's going to start me off at 19? At 19, I'm looking for a bid of 20. At 20,000, at 20,000 in the front of the room. At 20,000, we have 25,000 now. At 25, at 25,000. Do we see 30? At 30,000, gentlemen standing. I like your bidding style. Thank you, sir. At 30,000 at the far back of the room. Do you want to come and see it? It's really cool, I gotta tell you.
In the middle of live auction, Aileen asked participants to donate $2,500, which would send a child of homeless person to summer camp, making a donation herself on behalf of her 2 children.
I think I'm gonna start us off because I have 2 children that I've told you about. I'm going to donate myself for 2 children at $2,500 each to go to camp in honor of my amazing kids. Who's going to join me at $2,500? Mom? 2? All right, that's 2. Oh my goodness, Debbie, thank you very much.
The last item of the live auction was a painting donated by the evening's honoree Catherine Bradford, which fetched significant price.
$60,000!
Sashay over. We're at 60,000, which we're very thankful for all of you. But what do you think, Natalie? What do you think, sir? 65? I like that bidding style. It's yours at 65 so far. Do you want to come up and see it? $70,000! Everybody needs to be applauded. We're at $70,000. It's okay if it's a friend. Remember how many people that we're helping out. And, I mean, I want to live with this. This is gorgeous. It's extraordinary what you gave us. Thank you. We're at 70,000. What do you think? One more? Like a little bit? We could do 71, 72. I'm not greedy. I'm very gracious. 71? I can't hear. I'm so sorry. What is he saying? 75. 75? Yes! You get me. 75. Shall we do 80? We're so grateful to both of you. Yes, thank you so much. $80,000. This is really changing people's lives. At 80.
While the ARTWALK New York charitable event came to a successful conclusion, the important and life-saving work done by Coalition for the Homeless continues.